and his satanic assistant, Alex Houdini, both of whom can't go into churches without vomiting.
Yeah, without vomiting. Are you muted?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
I said
no.
vomiting is our specialty.
Oh, yeah. Good evening, and welcome to Nocturnal Frequency Radio. Hey, Steve, how are you? Jeremy and Michael and Neil, how are you guys doing? And
Gents.
to some guy named Ghost Deterrent. Oh, wait a
Yeah.
sec. Ghost Deterrent.
Don't know what that fucker
What?
is.
Ghost Deterrent.
Yeah.
I think it should be more like Men in Black Deterrent.
Yeah.
I've never seen one. Have you?
A Men in Black? No.
Hey, Admit, how are you? Good to see you. Love the photo, by the way. Love the
Yeah.
the very
T-shirt.
artsy collage of the T-shirt with you wearing it. Thank you very much. Always appreciate the support. Yeah.
Wait, I'm not bald. Oh yeah, sorry, I am. Yeah.
Look, I have my hat on, by the way.
Yeah.
Isn't that a cool hat? That's not a cool hat. That's a cool hat, eh? I love that.
It is.
It's my thinking.
It's pumping
it's my-
information into your brain.
It's my thinking cap.
It
My
is.
thinking cap. Okay? Thinking cap.
I got one right around here.
You should turn it on.
No, it's too bright.
It doesn't work for you, right?
Nope.
So it's new and exciting.
Absolutely nothing. Except for the weather.
The weather. Yeah, I mean, it's been beautiful.
Yeah, these past couple of days have been great.
Really nice. And, well, it's going to be short-lived. But I think, another couple more days, it's going to be, I
Back
think
to normal
tomorrow,
temps.
16 tomorrow, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get that yard work going or some shit like that, get some fresh air and, vitamin D, sunlight. It's supposed to be beautiful.
I can't. I still got fucking snow in my yard.
Oh, my snow is gone.
Not mine.
Gone. It was raining here, but today was nice.
Yeah. Yesterday rained.
It wasn't as warm as yesterday, but it was sunny out. Beautiful day. So if you didn't get your sun,
I actually went for a walk today, believe it or not.
Mm.
Feels like come out of hibernation.
You walked?
Yeah, I know.
What the hell?
And it was nice. Went to Kleinberg, went for a walk, had a coffee.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Kleinberg. Awesome. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
same here, Jeremy. I still got a shit ton of snow in the front. Crazy.
Yeah.
We got a lot of snow here.
It's funny because I've got one of those big inflatable Grinches.
Right.
And it disappeared for like a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, where did it go?
I know. I got two inflatables somewhere in my front yard. It's still being covered.
Wait a sec. I think wait a sec. I see the hat.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's been hiding under the snow, the mountain of snow we had in the front yard. I finally packed that away. I should have did it, when I had the chance before or after Christmas. But like I said, I've been fucking sick. It's been shit.
Yeah.
But like I said, thankfully, as I mentioned, things seem to be doing better. Still no beer though. Oh wait, we might have to be careful now if we want to get monetized.
I already messed that up. I swore right off the bat.
Well, we'll just have to make it plus 18 plus. Hey, Mark, how are you? Good to see you. Ghost Adventures at Cornwall. I hope you're well. Hope you are well. Yeah. Yeah, and I did mention that I did have a live. What was it, Thursday? Too many burritos. Yeah.
You don't know the half of it.
Oh, you don't know the half of it, Steve. You just don't. Some of the the burrito the burrito challenges, man. Those are good.
They are. I don't know if people are ready to see that though.
Hey, Poncho, how are you? Yeah. After the 100th burrito, if you got a weak stomach, you won't be able to handle
Yeah,
it.
you won't be able to watch it.
It's pretty. It's pretty brutal.
I thought it was hilarious, but you know,
It is funny. No, it
not
is.
everybody has our sense of humor.
No, like you said, the noises, the
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
that they throw in there.
That's the funny part. You should fucking play it. Fuck it. Who cares? Play it.
I don't know if I have. Hold on, let's see. I'd have to send it. Hold on, let me just see.
It's funny. Your discretion advised.
Where do I have them? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I already messed that one up, Jeremy.
What's
He's
that?
going, yeah, you're looking to monetize. You can still swear a bit, just avoid swearing in the first 15 minutes or so, which I already messed up. I think the first word that came out of my mouth was a swear word.
We're gonna have to censor it.
Yeah.
Get the YouTube studio editor out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, we put it in the request. They're looking us over. I'm sure they'll find something and say,
Probably
"Screw
reject
you."
it. They're like, these fucking guys? Oh, there you go again.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Demonetized.
Damn. But I had the live on Thursday afternoon, the nocturnal haze, the afternoon haze.
Yeah.
And people in the chat were saying, "Hey, you guys should have like a donation thought." I think that's a good idea. It's just logistically we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know if we could do like maybe could extend maybe a Sunday to like 10 or to 11, like our usual time, but start earlier maybe. I don't know, and have a few guests on with us.
Yeah, that's one possibility. Or we can even just do it on an off night, like a Saturday night, Friday night.
Yeah.
Like maybe instead of doing one long show, the other possibilities is you split it up. So you do maybe a Friday night for a couple hours, and then you carry it on the Sunday.
Or I could just like put the never ending premiere on. Just like Alex going, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
We should just pre-record it and just toss it up there. You know what I mean?
Or we can have the best of Sora.
Yeah.
Big fat burrito. The great burrito demon.
The clips, yep.
The clips or whatever. The outtakes that never made the cut.
Yeah, the outtakes, yes.
I mean,
that's what they are. That's what we're sticking with.
Yeah. The outtakes, the unwanted clips of us, 300 pounds and puking our asses up. 300 pounds. Oh my God. I honestly could not imagine myself 300 pounds. Damn. I mean, the most I've ever weighed in my life is 202.
202?
202, yeah.
I don't think I've ever surpassed the 200 mark.
Dude, man. And that's after I quit smoking, though.
Yeah.
When I quit smoking, I put on 30 pounds.
Yeah, I put on a bit. Like when I was smoking, I was around 160, 165.
Yeah.
Now I'm 180, 185, close to 190. I haven't reached that 200-pound milestone, but hopefully I won't.
Yeah.
But my point is that I'm definitely more than what I used to weigh when I was smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, 12-hour burrito-thon.
Well, Steve, you may regret it if this Steve ever posts the video or shows the video of the latest video he did. You won't want to see it. Won't want to see us doing it. Put it that way.
Eating 100 burritos and the end result.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, it's horrible. It's just really horrible. But yeah, anyways, we've been, why we're doing this really essentially is because we're on a last month of StreamYard, and StreamYard seems to be working the best. And in order to pay for the next year, it's going to cost us, I think, what is it, 500 US? Or no, 400 US, 500 Canadian, or some shit like that. So basically, and that's for the whole year. I mean, we might be able to get it down a bit. I don't know, whatever. But I mean, in order to do that, we're looking for your help.
Yep.
We're actively looking for your help.
Set a target.
Set a target.
500, 400, whatever it is, US. That's the target.
I mean, I'd be happy for 400 and paying the rest.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
whatever helps. Anything helps.
Anything helps. Yeah. Anything helps. And like I said, the PayPal link is there.
Yeah, I need to go on vacation. I mean, it's for the show. Yes.
Right. I mean, if you guys can donate, whatever. I mean, I know it's expensive. I know shit's expensive. It's insane.
It is. And that's the other thing. I mean, honestly, we do understand. We're in the same shoes as everybody else. That's why
absolutely. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't be. Because for the 18 years we've been doing the show, we've always paid out of pocket.
Yeah, but I mean, in the meantime, like I said, we'll probably. I'm thinking maybe even with next Sunday show.
Yeah.
Maybe extending that, perhaps, because Existence of Reality seems to be a fairly popular show. People are liking it, and I know the guys like Jeremy, or sorry, not Jeremy, Justin, James, and Matt. I mean, it's really cool, and whoever else, like I said, whoever else.
We don't have a Neil. We don't have a membership.
Not yet. We're waiting for monetization. That period too. I wait a sec. I thought we were able to do that anyways.
I don't know.
I don't know. I have to look into it. I thought we could set up membership even at 500 members now, or subscribers. I don't know. I have to look at that. I'm just reading what Jeremy wrote. Yeah, I mean, my staple weight was always like 172, 174s, 176, between the 172, 176 area for years. And then all of a sudden I started getting, and then I quit smoking, went up to 202, lost 30 pounds in like, I think it was like 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I was gunning it, man, because I was doing that. Drink your body weight. Drink half your body weight in ounces of water daily. And
that's a lot of water.
It is. If you drink a coffee or a pop, and which I cut out altogether. I cut out all caffeine, all carbonated drinks, all that shit. Cut it out. Zero, right? And like it's like this time, this is fucking insane. Like, I mean, just being sick, I lost 15 pounds. I haven't drank a beer.
Yeah,
it just goes to show you how
alcohol adds weight, though,
dude. Yeah.
I've noticed that.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, when I was it was a couple of like 2-3 years ago, possibly. Can't remember if it was 3 or 2 years. Anyway, we were still at the old house. I ended up getting strep throat. I had a fever for like 6 days. And I lost 20 pounds in those 6 days. In those like 6 days that I was sick, I couldn't eat a thing. The only thing I could do was maybe soup and orange juice. That's the only thing I could drink. And you know what? I
Soup
went
and
from
orange juice.
180 to down to 160.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, holy fuck! In 6 days, I lost 20 pounds, man. That's insane.
Yeah. Honestly, because of this thing not going away even after the medication. I was getting worried because she's like, the doctor's like, diabetes, we're gonna have to check because it sounds like it could be masking as diabetes. I'm like, what? And the reason why I got, I'm like tweaking is because I lost weight. I lost like 15 pounds. She's like, you notice you lost weight? I go, yeah, but I think it was because I haven't drank any beer or pop and shit like that. I've been drinking a lot of water.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of water weight. Okay, well, let's just double check and whatever else. You have a history of it in your family? No. I mean, maybe my uncle, and that's it. Okay, but we'll check it out. And thankfully, that wasn't the issue.
Yeah.
I'm just signing into the other the other account. I gotta upload them so I can show. It's the beauty of having a couple accounts. You run out, and you run out of your free 30 whatever. If you use 15 seconds, it's like 2, so you really only get 15. Because 10 seconds sucks.
It does. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Be warned, folks.
Yeah, these are not. And quite literally, it's funny when I'm watching. Oh, these are for you. Like, okay, let me just download these. I'm gonna send them to so I can show them. Hold on. Let me just share. God. Share. So I'll share them on Messenger. Let's see. Where the fuck? How come I can't get it on Messenger now? More.
Always a problem, man.
Yeah, there's okay, found it. Messenger. And I'll share them with there we go. It wasn't coming up. Okay, I'll share them with you so I can just either you could show them or I could show them, whatever.
You're probably best to do it.
Okay, hold on, let me just some of them are fucking I look horrible, man. I look horrible. What?
They're fucking hilarious.
Oh, so you watching it?
No, well, I watched it earlier. It's just when I saw the attachment, I was like laughing, brought back memories. Again, your discretion advised.
Okay, hold on. I'll get the other ones. There's a new one. I don't even know what the new one. I'll show the new one as I'm watching it with you guys. Right?
Should be interesting.
Oh god, this is hilarious. Bear with me, guys. I'm just making sure. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay, one more here, and then we'll show them. Oh, this one. Oh my god, dude! I don't know what they did to you, or they kind of hybrid both of us in this one.
Yeah, I know.
This one is weird. This is hybrid stuff. It's fucked up.
I'm sure the people are like, what the hell are you guys talking about, man?
Okay,
You'll see. I'm telling you.
Okay, so okay, let me just load them.
There we
up.
go. The moment of truth.
I don't know. Do they really want to see this shit? Okay.
Oh, we've warned them. I've warned them a couple of times. If you have a weak stomach, don't look.
Okay, hold on. Okay, show the first one first. Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold on. What the hell's the sound on that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh man.
What?
Okay, here. Here we go.
I didn't want to see it.
Oh.
You might regret those words, by the way. Just telling you now.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let me just load it up so it's a little. There we go.
1 more with 100. Let's finish it. Going in. Scoreboard shows 99. 100 from up 9 each. 1 more with 100. Let's finish it. Going in. Scoreboard. 100 from up.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so that's that one.
Oh.
I would
burrito competition.
look at our faces on this one. This is hilarious. I look cross-eyed. It's hilarious.
I told you it was. I tried to warn you.
Look.
What the
Look at
hell?
our faces. Look.
I'm looking at you saying, what the hell? Who the fuck are you?
Look. Oh, come on.
Last one. I got this.
Let's finish it.
What is it? Oh,
God.
God.
See, you have to have a twisted sense of humor like Steve and I do in order to
You have
appreciate
to.
these kind of videos.
You have to.
Oh, fuck.
You got to be able to make fun of yourself, right?
Oh, yeah. Fuck. It's fucking hilarious.
But
I mean, if anybody just finished eating, I apologize.
yeah. Here you go.
Both of our finalists have hit the century mark.
Oh man, that's 100.
I don't feel so good. Stomach's churning.
Oh no!
The bucket, somebody help!
Oh,
My stomach's on fire.
Medical team to the stage now. 100. Both of our finalists have hit the century mark.
Oh man, that's 100.
I don't feel so good. Stomach's churning.
Oh no!
Hey, kind of reminds me of the refried beans.
oh yeah. Okay, dude. I have not watched this one.
Uh-oh.
I have not watched this, and this is like we're both hybrid here.
We're both hybrid.
We're fucked here. This one is just absolutely ridiculous.
We'll tell you in a second, Jeremy.
Okay. look at
What the
us.
hell?
That's what I mean. This is hilarious. I have not watched this, so here we go.
This is the first
Yeah.
for both of us then.
Yeah.
Burritos each. 1 more, and they'll share the all-time record. And there it is, 1.
Oh man, my stomach's turning.
I don't feel good at all.
Both competitors are losing it at the same time.
99 burritos each. 1 more, and they'll share the all-time record. And there it is, 1.
Oh man, my stomach's
Yeah, it's a hybrid, man.
you love it. It looks like gravy.
Oh, fuck. So, keeps on giving. Yeah, I told you it's like refried beans. Anyway, Jeremy, the backstory is simple. We years ago, way back when.
Mhm.
There used to be a place on Bloor Street where Lee's Palace is. It was called Big Fat Burrito. And I had tried it first, and I turned Steve on to it. And so he met me there. We went there, and I warned him not to have the large burrito. He didn't listen. Anyway, he couldn't finish it. So anyway, this has been a running gag all these years after the fact about Big Fat Burrito and all of this stuff, how we always eat burritos and all that stuff. So that's kind of like the backstory. So we just let it go wild.
we've always been like kind of pseudo. The Big Fat Burrito has always been like the pseudo sponsor of the show, but never really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
We give them the
Free advertising all the
free
time, man.
advertising. I don't know if anybody actually went there on
Because of us.
hearing it on the show or not.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was hilarious. But so anyways, we decided to turn it into a gag as shorts here on YouTube, and
Yeah.
Big Fat Burrito. As if you watch our shorts, you'll see.
Yeah, if you go to our site, if you go to like the YouTube channel, Jeremy, just go to shorts, you'll see a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, titled Big Fat Burrito. I think there's like 10 of them. 10, I think 10. And
Yeah, there's a few.
They ran their course.
Yeah.
So, but it's not like, hey, let's try something else. I don't know, but nothing. I mean, they're funny and everything, but do you want to throw a show to it? I don't know.
Yeah, at some point you have to kind of move on from there and do something different. But we'll see what's next.
Yeah, exactly.
The shorts do really well, so we keep doing them.
Yeah, they do.
There you go. See, Jeremy's been watching them. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's there you go. That's an extension of it.
And the demon part stems from, obviously what we do is we're paranormal investigators, and Dr. Demon Gord, he's been on the hunt for a demon. He's never been able to find one. So we kind of melded everything together and we came up with the burrito demon.
It's like, why don't we turn Gord into the great burrito demon? At first it was you.
Yeah.
Well, not at first. At first we just put it in there. And then I decided, okay, let's turn Alex into the great burrito demon. And that was pretty cool. That one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And there's like, wait a sec. Let's
that one did actually really well. It's like almost 10,000 views.
10,000 views.
Yeah.
Right. And then it's like, let's get Gordon Dr.
Involved.
Demon Gordon, the greatest demon hunter out there.
Yeah.
And we said, okay, let's turn him into a demon. So now he can actually see and experience a real demon. Right. And I think the best one, obviously, the classic is let me just pull it up here. We got to play it now that why not?
Yep.
Right.
Now that I've been talking about it, we have to.
Yeah. I think this is the one here. Yeah. This is like classic. Like this is, I need it to go back. Go back. There we go. Sound demon-ish. Demon. This is for the great burrito demon himself. The great burrito demon. Dr. Demon Gord. This is
This steak burrito is fire. Smoky as heck. Can't beat these tortillas. How's it going?
Bring me every burrito in this place, or face the salsa inferno.
Can we finish ours first? Fine, but you will pay tribute with guac.
that is classic. Right? That is just so fun.
Can't beat these tortillas.
That's classic Gord, man.
Eyes are glowing.
Bring me every burrito in this place, or face the salsa inferno.
Can we finish?
Fine, but you're paying me tribute in guac.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. But yeah. Anyways, enough of that.
Yeah. Just go see them. Go on our page. Go see the shorts.
But
Don't worry,
anyways,
the vomiting one, with the exception of the one of us in church, is not on there.
that's on there.
The one with the church is, but not the recent ones you showed.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Not
those
the
are
recent
not on our page.
No. Only the exploding, the human combustion ones.
That's right.
And it's funny because Sora wouldn't allow me to do it, saying, it violates content, whatever, right? And I'm like, okay, how do I word this so it'll make it do it?
Mhm.
And like literally, I just said blow up, and then we blow up after we puke, and then all of a sudden, I'm like,
Yep.
perfect. And then I tried to do it again. It wouldn't do it after that. I'm like,
Yeah,
good
it's kind of
enough.
weird. It's weird how they how it does that sometimes.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's kind of, I don't know. Kind of like what we're supposed to be talking about tonight, Men in Black.
Yeah.
Men in Black. Men in Black.
Are we Men in Black?
So, we'll segue. We'll just go into it. What the hell?
When do we ever segue? We just go into the fucking topic.
That's what we're doing. We're going right into it, right? I mean, to me, the Men in Black thing has always been, it's cool if it was real, right?
Yeah.
If it was real, if they, is there some, shadow governmental sort of, okay, like hybrid platform with some alien, back it, that controls, the narrative with UFOs and, alien visitations and abductions and blah, blah, blah. High strangeness,
Yeah.
if you will. Sounds cool, but is it real? I mean, you look at John Keel's classic Mothman prophecies. Mothman, his experience when he was in Point Pleasant. Well, not his experience, but people are telling him that they were visited by these strange men in black.
Yeah.
Right. And not to mention the fact that what happened in Point Pleasant with the Mothman was just really unusual altogether. All the scenarios, if it did happen. I mean, what are your thoughts? Do you think it really happened?
I don't know all the details of the story, but I think it can happen. It can, like, foreshadowing a disaster or having, the Mothman, quote unquote, Mothman show up. I mean, the Mothman itself may be left to interpretation based on who reported it, who saw it, and what have you. That being said, the fact that something happened because this supposed Mothman showed up, I think can happen. I mean, historically, there's been other documented cases where something similar, not exactly like that bridge collapse, but someone saw
Tragedy.
Right, an angel or Saint Michael or whatever the case may be, right before something tragic happened, or they avoided tragedy because they saw the Archangel Michael or an angel in general. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's possible. What they see is up for debate, like whether it's an actual, biblical angel or whether it's an actual Mothman or whether it's whatever the case may be. That may be the only thing that's up for debate. The fact that people witness something, to either witness a tragedy shortly after seeing whatever they saw or avoiding their own tragedy because they saw what they saw, I think that can happen. I just can't explain what that whatever they saw is. That's the hard part.
Yeah, no, I know, and it's such a fascinating story, like how
Yeah.
the different pieces play into how, with Point Pleasant, sort of the Point Pleasant scenario, and ultimately the bridge collapsing, and all these sort of events that led up to that, and how these people, seeing these strange, moth huge giant Mothman sort of
Mm.
creatures, the TNT plant and all these different things that played out. And again, the men in black, these strange men in black showing
Yeah.
up. Right. Well, we need to send somebody out to this town to figure out exactly what happened. I mean, did people maybe from the government go out there to try to figure out, like, to investigate what might have, because of all this.
Right.
Just
Yeah, I don't think there's a. I wouldn't put it past um, the government having such agencies, not to the
Yeah.
extent that the movies made it look like,
No, well, obviously not.
but
Obviously not.
like an agency that's dedicated, that's sort of secretive, because you're dealing with the unknown,
Mhm.
and you're dealing with something that's sort of mocked. I think is a harsh word, but maybe mocked or laughed at from the general population, like the
Yeah.
general scientific population.
Mhm.
So, and even within the government themselves. But still, I think there may very well be an organization of so-called men in black
Mhm.
that actually go out and investigate these supposed events that have occurred or occur. You know,
Well, I mean, you look at, you look at strange sort of outfits, Project Blue Book,
yeah,
right? And the whole UFO sort of, not just UFO, but I mean anything high strange, anything that just didn't make sense. I mean, you look at the X-Files being based upon, these files that the government kept. I mean, let's face it. I mean, yeah, I think you'd be ignorant not to look into these, because I mean, I don't know about you, but if I had a desk and I had people like constantly sending me all these scenarios, these experiences they you know experience, like strange, UFO sightings and alien abductions, and this just New Jersey Devil, Mothman,
spring heel
whatever,
jack.
Bigfoot, whatever, all these
Yep.
different things that have just don't make sense. How could you not want to document it?
Well, that's just it. I mean, it's if for nothing else, just to be on the safe side. I mean, you got to you got to think of it in the sense of, sure, this is not being looked at from a scientific standpoint en masse. There may be the odd scientist that sort of do it, hush hush,
Mhm.
and not in the mainstream sort of thing. But even though there may not be anything to a good chunk of these sort of sightings, I'm of the firm belief that to the scientific community, if I had the opportunity to sort of sit them all down, and it's almost impossible because there's so many around the world. But the point is, if I was granted that opportunity, I would tell them, I go, it doesn't listen, even though the majority of ghost sightings, apparent ghost sightings,
Mhm.
Mothman sightings, or any other cryptid or what have you, even though maybe a 90% or even 98% may be false, the fact that
Yeah.
2% is questionable should lend some credence to further investigation. Maybe not whole scale investigation,
Mhm.
because you don't you're not going to go investigate whole on mass if it's just 2% of that could possibly be something strange.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I
Yeah.
think it still warrants that, because science from the get-go has always been about studying the unknown and making the unknown known.
Explaining. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So this is something that I think needs to be looked at, and I think one of the main one. I shouldn't say this definitively, but I think personally, I believe one of the reasons why they don't, aside from the ridicule aspect of it, is that you can't make this stuff happen on demand.
No.
You can't control it like you can with a lot of the experiments that are being conducted now. You know what I mean? That's part of the problem, right? And so it's almost like fighting an uphill battle. You know what I mean? That's the problem.
Well, it's just like a documentary I just watched. I don't know if you had a chance to watch on the Dietlov pass.
I haven't, no, not yet.
You
I
know,
mean, I
and-
know I'm familiar with the story, but not.
Yeah, and all
But
the
I
scenario,
haven't watched the.
all the conspiracy theories that have come out of that, like governmental sort of experiment gone wrong. They saw something they weren't supposed to see.
Yeah.
To Yeti tearing them apart, to just something unusual happened because of the condition that they were eventually found. It just didn't make sense, right? And what I liked about this documentary was the fact that this guy was investigating the claims. He was legitimately going right to the source
Mhm.
and investigating as best as possible, because shit had been, hidden for years. The government flat out said, hypothermia, they died, blah, 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 avalanche, whatever. And case closed. Right? But there's so many aspects that didn't, make sense. Like the people, like there was one survivor, one guy left because he had literally, I think it was broke his leg or something, and he couldn't continue, so he had to go back. He couldn't continue, and it's a good thing he did, because otherwise he would have been dead, right?
Right.
But the one thing that I liked about it, this guy rationalized the fact that what most likely happened to these people was they stumbled, like the Dyatlov Pass, that area where they were, was close to a native sacred area, right? And the natives, there was two types of natives that were in the area that had sacred areas, that if they felt that you were desecrating them, they quite literally would have killed you.
Right.
Back then, right? And one because the Russian government at the time were trying to round these people up and, convert them.
Right.
And take their land and blah, blah, blah. And they, of course, fought. Say, no, screw you. Leave us alone. This is our land, right? So here are these, these Russian students, coming into, an area that is sacred to them, because there's a lot of markings in the trees that pointed out this is very sacred to us. Leave it alone or else. And they feel that quite literally what happened was they stumbled upon here, and they had taken something sacred that they probably didn't know was sacred at the time. And the natives said, fuck you. No. And quite literally rained a hell of fire on them.
Right. Which is always a possibility. Yes.
And I'm not saying that's what happened, but it just,
that's one of the theories. Yeah.
To me, it's a more manageable theory than fucking the Yeti.
Yeah.
As much as that would draw me to the story, and it did. Okay, wait a sec. There's got to be a logical explanation. I mean, for the most part there is, but for when you see the condition of some of these people and how they were found, it just didn't make sense. This is just like, wow. Like quite literally, the skulls of two of them quite literally had to be like run over by a fucking bulldozer.
Oh fuck.
The force. He said them falling on a rock would not do what was done to their skulls.
Right.
So, I mean, something massive happened there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, them falling. So I mean, again, the same story with Point Pleasant. I mean, there's so many intriguing elements to what happened. Is can it logically be explained? With the technology that we have today, most of it probably can, but yet there are still those intriguing aspects that you're like, okay, but it doesn't explain that. I mean, what did all these people see? Like this Mothman creature. What did they see? And they've just tried several times to debunk it with owls, a type of owl in the area, blah blah blah. It just didn't make sense.
My question is more like, with regards to the Mothman in particular, if he's a harbinger, not a
Yeah.
harbinger, but a messenger of, if he shows up, something tragic's going to happen.
Yep.
Why only the one time?
What do you mean? The one time there?
Yeah.
No,
Or was there more cases?
It was multiple times. There was multiple sightings
But was it localized to that area?
to that area. Yeah,
Right.
in
That's
and around that area.
which is the other
Yeah,
thing that I would, if I were to play devil's advocate, I would question, because if this is an instance, let's suppose, hypothetically speaking, the Mothman is legit. He's a harbinger, or he's someone who comes around when something tragic happens. You'd think it would happen around the world.
yeah.
The fact that it only happened around the Point Pleasant area kind of makes me wonder, right?
Well, I mean, there have been sightings obviously since then, up until I think this year. But the thing is, when you sit there and you go, what is the legitimacy of a lot of these sightings? Honestly,
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And it's really hard. It's like UFO sightings now. It's like a lot of them probably can be explained with what's the technology that we have now, as opposed to back then. I don't know.
It's also wishful thinking too, but on the part of a lot of people as well, right?
Well, I mean,
They want to see something.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
Or something tragic happens. They may have seen like a bird flying corner of their eye. They're like, that was the Mothman.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I've had a lot of weird shit happen in my life. A lot of weird. And I mean, I don't know what it is. It's because maybe I've had an open mind because I investigate this stuff, that it happened. And why is that, Alex? Why do you think it is?
Doesn't fucking happen to me.
No, but I mean, we've talked to a lot of people, and we've talked to a lot of people who do this.
Yes.
And it happens, they experience all these different things. What is it? Is it maybe just?
I think in all honesty, it has to do with. This is going on the premise that a lot of this stuff that we investigate is legitimate, obviously, and it's up in the air. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't.
Yeah.
But we're going with the assumption that it is. If you investigate this stuff, obviously you're going to be more open-minded about this than your average Joe.
Yeah.
Right. And not only are you going to be more open-minded about it, you're going to be paying more attention to it.
Absolutely.
Right. And it's almost like that thing that a lot of people do. Like, let's say you buy a particular brand vehicle, a particular model from a particular brand, and all of a sudden you see all these other people with the same car. Whereas before you paid no attention to it.
Yeah.
They were always there. You just never paid attention to it. You know what I mean? So this is the difference. If someone's not interested in the paranormal, doesn't give a shit about the paranormal, they're not going to even if they hear a noise in the house, they're going to dismiss it immediately as something that, happens. Oh, it's a house settling, or they'll make up something. But if you're actively looking for it and you have an open mind, you have a better chance of encountering or experiencing something weird, or that you would dub weird, as opposed to being completely closed-minded.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's well, you know what, Simon, it's great. Thank you for being with us. Always a pleasure having you with us. As with all of you guys in chat, we really, this is the reason why we do it all the time. I mean, without you guys, it's like, forget it. Why bother, right?
Yep.
Why talk to ourselves? We do that quite often.
Yeah, I do that on a nightly basis.
Nightly, yeah. That's
Why is it so hard to believe
sanity is, of a
that it's gone out the
commodity.
window?
Yeah.
Why is it so hard to believe the magic and lore could be tools used to cover up experiments gone wrong or fiction becoming fact?
Absolutely, Neil. Yeah, like, I mean, I've questioned that so many times, and you know, I look at I have for many years the fact that, maybe what we're experiencing, on the paranormal level, if you will, or some people, not everybody, but some people, is something that they want you to experience to you know,
Like a red flag.
yeah, to keep you from getting too close, or you're getting too close. Let's give them this, and they'll run with it. And people do run with it. I mean, I had my experience with the Credit River creature. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what did I see? I don't know. I just know what I saw didn't make sense.
You also have to look at it in the sense of that, again, based on assumptions. This is the way I have to be.
Well, yeah.
Assuming all this is true, paranormal, I mean, and people don't want you to know, they're gonna just discredit everything, sort of misdirect, as Steve was saying, with other stuff, and just sort of keep you, I don't know if confused is the right word, but
Controlled.
controlled is definitely part of this.
Yeah.
Like they don't like, if this stuff actually existed, and like without a doubt, I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, if it actually existed with a shadow of a doubt, and governments knew about this, or scientists knew about this, or anybody of import knew about this, they're not going to, it's almost like, if aliens are here and they visit us, do you want the mass public to know it?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would panic if that's the case. I'm not saying the whole globe would panic, but a lot of people would panic if all of a sudden they found out that aliens have been here all along, or have been visiting us. Same thing with the paranormal. I don't think a lot of people could handle it as well, or at least that's what I believe their mindset is. The mindset of people who are in the know don't believe that the public can handle the knowledge of, yes, the paranormal does exist, yes, UFOs are real, all of this stuff. So what they do is they'll do anything to distract you, throw all these false flags, and then you just sort of get confused and you don't know which direction to go. Right?
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely
an assumption. That's a theory, but that's how you control it. That's one way to control people. You confuse the living shit out of them, and then you just tell them, "No, none of this is true. Don't worry about it. Just go about your life."
Control through chaos.
Right.
I mean, it's well, yeah. The paranormal is real. Absolutely, it's the unknown. It's what we can't explain. I mean, that's
Yep.
a reality. There's no doubt about that. Admit, but the fact is, that doesn't mean that it's within time we won't be able to explain it, right? I mean, there'll be a time when we start to chip away at that sort of, and we have. There's a lot of stuff that we used to think that was paranormal that was very explainable, and a lot of people can't. They don't want to accept it because they go, wait a sec. Nah, that's not true, but yet it is true. They're explaining to you exactly what that phenomena might have been or was.
At one point, thunder and lightning was thought to be supernatural. Was thought to be the anger of the gods.
Yeah,
we know better.
We keep saying germs. I mean, look at germs. We
Germs
didn't
is another
because
thing, yeah.
we don't we couldn't see things that we can't see. Automatically, we're like, oh, it's paranormal, right? Supernatural. But you know what? I'd love to blame mental health, but you can't prove that.
Yeah, we kind of touched upon this a couple of shows.
Well, like I said, I will be, quite brutally honest. I mean, I've dealt with that several times in many cases of
Yeah.
people who have put claims out there that they're, and I always go back to one case. I don't know names, obviously, because, you never know. But one case where a single mom of two children at the time reached out. She was saying that, demonic possession, the whole 9 yards. And when the team went out, we went out, and thankfully at the time we had a social worker with us. Somebody who was very, 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 very in tune with people with mental health issues. And we're able to chat, professionally with these people, with this. And what it turned out was that the mother was being severely abused by her boyfriend. And what happens when you become so abused, you start to, close up, and you try to mentally escape that abuse. And her outlet was, the abuse was demonic, right? It was demonic, and it was evil, and she needed somebody to help her to, like, get rid of it, right? And that's when she contacted us. And when we explained that to her, because there was absolutely no demonic activity going on whatsoever, none, absolutely none. She needed to just have somebody explain to her exactly what was going on to help her mentally, and man, it really helped her. It really did. I mean, for her, because I mean, a, a lot of people do not want to come forward when they're, have mental health issues. They don't. They're afraid. They're afraid that you're gonna fucking, think of them the wrong way.
Yeah, the stigma. Yeah.
The stigma, and that the paranormal and this go hand in hand. It's a no brainer. I mean, it happens all the time, and people just don't realize that the crap out there. A lot of it is mental health. A lot of it is drug use. A lot of it is alcoholism. These are factors that weigh heavily on going in to investigate the paranormal in many, many cases. So you, as a investigator or a group, have to be prepared for that, and prepare yourself for it, because that's a part of this. And you have to be responsible. You have to do the responsible thing, because I'll tell you, a lot of these people, a lot of these folks out there that investigate are fucked or stupid. They don't do the right thing. They don't. No. They don't do the right thing in terms of the person that's seeking the help, and they definitely are not doing the right thing, the responsible thing to the people that you're working with or working under you. You're putting them in harm's way. And how are you supposed to help the person seeking the help if you can't even, properly be responsible enough for the people that work with you? You know what I mean? But anyways, that's fraying off into a whole different ballgame. But or can of worms. But it's just quite simple. But I mean, yeah. And how did we get into this? Because
The comment that Admit put on.
Oh, okay, that's one.
I like, even with med, my take of, or at least my understanding of what she was saying, and I could be wrong. I apologize if I am. But you have situations where people hallucinate.
No need to be sorry.
Yeah,
No.
definitely no need to be sorry.
No need.
Some people hallucinate. The
Mhm.
question for me, and I don't want to belittle any sort of mental health issue. But the question I've had for a while is, how do we know that in some cases, people who quote unquote hallucinate aren't actually seeing stuff that we can't see?
Exactly.
Because it's not, who in the medical field recognizes the paranormal? Nobody. So they must be hallucinating. Therefore, they're having some sort of mental health issue. Now,
And-
again, I don't want to belittle mental health issues by
No.
any stretch of the imagination. Like there are legitimate cases of people who have mental health issues, but some people that claim they've hallucinated or they've seen stuff might actually have seen stuff and are being labeled as someone with mental health issue when really they don't have that problem. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, there were I think there's been studies, and not necessarily, probably not scientific, but pseudoscience or whatever. But the studies, the fact that maybe these people who are, say, bipolar or have mental issues, because I mean, bipolarism is not a term anymore, is it? I mean, they don't
I'm
use
not
that
even
term
sure
anymore.
if it is or
I don't
isn't,
think
to be honest.
I don't think they use the term, but there was thought, and there is a school of thought out there, that in fact that these people may not be mentally unstable, if you will, as people, they're talking to themselves, or they have multiple personalities or whatever, that in fact they are actually talking to somebody or something that might be there that we just can't understand or see, much like a kid or child, with their imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Is that imaginary friend, actually real and not imaginary? We just, because, as I put it, the filters of society have like drowned your thought pattern to the point where you can't see. This goes into, the existence of reality here, that we our school of thought and our thinking process is so polluted now with the filters that society has instilled within us, that maybe we can't see straight. Maybe because we have these filters, that it doesn't make sense to us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I don't know. But we're gonna take a halfway break here. When we come back, more Men in Black and more of this and more of that. And more. You are watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks, because we don't want you to go anywhere. We'll be right back.
That's right.
We will, honestly.
Good evening. I'm Richard Palmisano, the founder of the Searcher Group. It's a paranormal company, the oldest in Canada. I founded in 1979, which not only makes me old, but makes me doing paranormal research and field work for just under 45 years now. I am also an author, researcher, and lecturer on the paranormal. I've written 6 books now. And I really enjoy coming on with Steve and Alex on Nocturnal Frequency Radio, as well as listening to the shows, because there's a lot of interesting guests there. I like it, looking at this stuff, because it opens your mind to other options and other alternative thoughts. There's always time to learn new things. So I hope you join us and come and see Nocturnal Frequency Radio. Thank you.
So let me ask you, what makes for good radio?
My 5 favorite songs all day long.
Play it again.
No.
As many commercials as physically possible.
What? No, why would that be good?
Great music, great talk shows, no commercials.
Precisely. New Visions Radio gives you no commercials, no nonsense, just the best new music and the best talk all day long, 24/7, 365. NewVisionsRadio.com.
Hey guys, Kristen here, host of the Paranormal Girl podcast, a bingeable exploration and deep dive education about the paranormal for the skeptical believer. Some of my past season topics have included shadow people, Mandela effect, demons, and UFOs. Currently, I am tackling Bigfoot. I have been sharing this journey with my audience since early 2021, and I have learned a lot these last few years. It's truly a mysterious world out there beyond our perceptions, and reality is just not what it seems. I have also, since the start, met some awesome folks like Alex and Steve, and I've really enjoyed watching and learning from them and also joining them on their show. Their guests are always outstanding, their listeners are just the coolest, and these hosts are some of my favorite people. I recommend their show to anyone looking for an intelligent and fun conversation about the paranormal amongst friends. So join me on my investigation, join Steve and Alex on theirs, and enjoy. Now back to the show. You are watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio.
And that you are. Welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio. I'm your host, Steve, and my satanic sidekick, Alex Rondini, right beside me, that way. I was just reading the chat there, and just reading Neil's comment there about imagination can be excessively open, which is I'm with you, Neil. And weird is great. I love weird. I mean, what isn't weird these days, and what or what is normal? I mean, what is effectively happening around us? Can you call that normal?
That's a topic for a different show.
Yeah, but I mean, this has always captivated my thought process. This high strangeness, if you will, like the paranormal and the supernatural, and everything that it is under its umbrella. That, I mean, there's so many weird and wonderful things, that we could probably, a lot of it we can explain, and we have explained, but it's still neat. It's still really cool, the fact that we're taking the time to try to understand it.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I think my life without doing this,
it'd be pretty boring.
It'd be pretty boring.
Yeah, definitely boring.
You know,
It's the only thing I wish, and again, personally, I wish that if in fact there were, I've never left whiskey. Anyway, the one thing I wish is that if, like I said, like I alluded to earlier, that there may be in fact some scientists, and I'm almost certain that there are some scientists that are delving into this, into the paranormal, but they're keeping it low key for obvious reasons. They don't want their credibility within the scientific community to be tarnished, so on and so forth, because that will happen. I just wish that wasn't the case, that they were allowed to pursue this without fear of any sort of backlash within the community. Because I think we get a lot further ahead if we had their assistance within what we do on a day-to-day basis. A lot of people claim to use a scientific method. The scientific method doesn't necessarily apply to the paranormal because it's not something that you can, will on command. You can't just say, oh, this place is supposedly haunted. Let's go there. Hey, go say something. It won't work. Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not inside that box. It's outside that box. It's it's outside our grasp of fully understanding science.
Yeah, but I mean, if they were allowed to do it without any sort of fear of repercussion, and we could, for lack of a better term, employ their services. You know what I mean? Not literally, because who the fuck can afford it? But ask for their help, ask for the assistance, for their guidance. I think we'd be a lot further ahead than we are now.
Well, yeah. And that's not to say that they're not actively looking into a lot of this stuff, because
I'm sure there are some that are. But again, they're keeping it low key.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like if it wasn't for that fear of them losing credibility within the scientific community, having them partner with whatever reputable paranormal group within that region that this scientist works at, whatever, I think would just go towards helping this whole paranormal thing a lot further than what we're doing now.
Well, isn't that called parapsychology?
No, that's something different.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's what they look at it as, pseudoscience.
Yeah, pseudoscience.
I mean, well, let me ask you: do you think that we could explain the paranormal without science? Do you think science would be is the end all be all to understand?
No, but what I was getting at is that
I know what you're getting at. I'm just
they are masters of the scientific principle. They've studied this for years upon years upon years.
Sure.
And it would benefit us to know how to do it properly instead of just claiming we're doing the science. We're using the scientific method when we could be doing it completely wrong, is my point.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, as I said earlier, the scientific method may not work with regards to the paranormal, because, as I said, you can't make this happen on command. And, scientific studies and using the scientific method is predicated on repeatability. Right? To either prove or disprove. A scientific theory is actually scientific fact. I know a lot of people struggle with that, and I struggle with that at times too. But when someone says it's a theory in science, it actually means it's fact. It's not just a hypothetical.
Yep.
It's been proven, right? Or all data that they've accumulated throughout all the years of testing have pointed to this conclusion. However, my thing is, because the paranormal isn't something that you can make happen on command, the scientific method may not necessarily, it most likely won't work.
Mhm.
However, they are also very well versed in taking precise notes,
Yeah.
like there's so many things that we could learn as paranormal investigators from the scientific community on how to do things properly,
Yeah.
that it would benefit the community overall. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because we think, we may think we know what we're doing, but we could be doing it wrong, is my point.
Yeah.
And having a better understanding of how things should be done, should be documented, should be argued, should be peer reviewed, would better serve the paranormal community
Mhm.
than just doing it the way we've been doing it for the last 100 or 200 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know it well, I mean, yeah, you basically said it all there. I mean, yeah, I do agree. I do agree. Um, and I mean, obviously, that's where a lot of the argument comes from because you like anything in life, there has to be the middle ground, there has to
Mhm.
be the right, there has to be the left, the good, the evil, whatever, the yin yang. And there are people that believe that science is just a controlled, governing body, and they don't want to tell you what's real. They just want you to, look, what they're making up is real, peer reviewed and blah 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 and whatever. And then, obviously, and then you got, those that know wholeheartedly it's a religion. Science is a religion. No, absolutely. Everything happens because of science. Science explains everything. And yeah, I just, you can't win other than look at this is how we understand it in this day and age in society. Science is the end all be all. Um, but at the same time, it is fallible. It makes mistakes because it's man made, um, and you see it quite often. You see where all this stuff that we believe to be the truth being, you know, challenged and often overturned and corrected because some new data's come out, right?
Mhm.
And that's the paranormal, really. Something that we currently think will never be explained, or it'll take us years to be explained. All of a sudden, out of the blue, somebody comes in and says, no, this is what that is. And they give you this sort of, okay, well, let's look into this, let's peer review this, let's study it, and maybe that is the truth, and it turns out to be the truth. And not saying that wouldn't happen either, right? I mean, out of the blue, something is explained. I just, I don't know. I think, Alex, because like we've been doing this for so long, our way of thinking about the paranormal has changed
Oh,
drastically,
drastically. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we know for a fact. I mean, it's a given that everything that's out there right now that people believe is paranormal. Oh, my printer. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Talking about paranormal.
Yeah, my printer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's updating. Hold on. Uh, you know, it isn't fucking real. It isn't real. I mean, I'm not saying all of the paranormal. I'm saying a lot of what people think is paranormal isn't paranormal. It's very explainable. And there are people out there that can't accept that.
Mhm.
They don't want to accept that. There's, as Neil pointed out, the magic is being taken away from them. The nostalgia is being taken away. Look, folks, I miss those days. I do. I miss those days of
Wonder.
wonder
Mm.
of, you know, when I first started looking at all this paranormal scenario. I miss those days because it's like anything, you're innocent until you realize through experience that, look it, that's what it is. You're like, no,
Mm.
I hoped it was something else. And that's the thing. You people hope.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to burst anyone's bubble because I mean, I do believe in the paranormal. It's there, it's real. It's just we can't physically and mentally and whatever realm we're fucking looking into can't explain it.
Yep.
That's all.
There's also the back to your point where you said people won't accept the fact that it may not be paranormal. When you pointed out to them, it's one thing to believe the paranormal exists,
Mhm.
just in general. It's
Yeah.
another thing to wholeheartedly believe the paranormal exists, almost to the point of religious fervor.
Mhm.
Because when you get to that level, nothing anyone says to that individual will ever sway them.
No, absolutely not.
Right? And you can't be like that. If you
No.
want progress, you have to take your licks.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like if someone says, no, it's not paranormal, this is what it is, and you know, I can prove it. You have to be able to say, okay, I was
It's a
wrong.
learning experience.
Right. I was wrong. Let's move on. You know what I mean? And you know, some people just cannot go that route. They have such zealous belief in the paranormal
Mhm.
that it's unshakable no matter what. And that's the same like with religion. It's the same thing.
Mhm.
There are religious people, but not fervent religious people. And then there
Mhm.
are those fervent religious people who, no matter what you say to them, they just shut you out
Mhm.
regardless. Right?
Yep.
They're not even willing to entertain anything aside from what they believe. And when it comes to the paranormal, you cannot be like that.
No.
If you want this field to progress, you have to be willing to accept the fact that what you may believe now may be incorrect so that you can grow and go on to discover other things.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you know, that's the wonder of the paranormal. The education of it, the education, um the experience, because I mean, again, like you know, I do miss the wonder of it. I do miss the nostalgic sort of feel it had when I first started to look into
Same here.
this.
Same here.
I really do. But you know, like everything in life, it's not forever, and you have to learn to understand that there's a reason why through experience you start to learn exactly what a lot of this is all about, right?
Yeah.
And let me tell you that what you see on TV or social media here and YouTube and blah blah, that's not the answer. It's not. It's not the answer. No matter how much they're telling you it is, it's not. It's just not. A lot of it is there to draw you in and like, subscribe, whatever. And by the way, please like and subscribe.
Yeah. Since we're on the topic.
There you go. Since we're on the topic, please hit that like button. But no, but that doesn't mean I don't believe in the paranormal. I really do, and I do believe, and I've experienced stuff that I can't explain, that science can't explain. You know, and that it keeps me going, and not only that is wanting to help people, because there are people out there that are genuinely looking for help. They're like confused and just looking. And they're looking for somebody to reach out to and, you know, explain themselves. And, you know, a lot of people don't have those outlets. I mean, they do now more so than ever, but then you got to worry about that outlet. You know, that's another problem. You got to worry about who you spill your beans to, right? Because I'll tell you, you know, oh, look at, we got a story here. Let's make some money on it. You know, hey Terry, how's it going? I just read Screw Turtles. It's demons all the way down. Yeah, Terry, that's why you listen to us. You need help.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. All of you are watching us right now. You do need help. Trust me. You need help. Trust us. You need help.
Yes. We can help you.
I mean, come on, seriously. How can you take us seriously when we're talking about the great burrito demon?
Yeah, exactly.
But
I
no,
just,
go ahead.
I'm in complete agreement with you when it comes to the wonder of it and the feeling, the excitement of going to a supposedly haunted location.
Yeah.
You know, that no longer excites me. You know, don't get me wrong. I shouldn't say that completely because there is some level of excitement, but not to the point that it used to when I first got involved in the paranormal.
It's different now. Yeah.
Right. Where
Yeah.
before I used to get, I know this may sound weird, but I used to get like the butterflies in the stomach,
Well,
and I used
yeah.
to get excited. Right?
Think about that time, you know,
Yeah.
the first couple times you went to the Whitby psych. You know?
I'm afraid to ask Holly what excites me. Yeah. Don't ask. Don't ask. It's that comes with the territory, unfortunately. You know what I mean?
Well, it
After
comes
doing
with
it for
anything, man.
after doing the paranormal investigating for so many years, plus on top of that, having done the show for as many years as we have done it and interviewed as many people as we've interviewed, you get to that level where you're like more.
Hey Tom,
skeptical's
how's it
not,
going, man?
not skeptical is not the right term for it. I mean, because we were always somewhat skeptical, and it's good
Yeah.
to be skeptical.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure. I know that I don't. It's on the tip of my tongue. It won't come out right now. It's probably too much whiskey. But anyway, the point is, it's hard to maintain that sort of giddiness after all the years that we've done both the investigation part plus the show and the people we've talked to over the years, and because we've talked to people on both extremes kind of deals, people who are overly skeptical, and then people who will pretty much believe anything is paranormal.
Yeah.
Or that they've gotten abducted by an alien and gotten probed.
We were paranormal before paranormal was cool.
Exactly. Right. Yes, agreed, Terry. Too much church does make you very skeptical.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like, I don't know. I can't speak for you, Stephen. I can't speak for anybody else, obviously, but I'm not religious at all. I mean, I was born in the Catholic family and raised in the Catholic family, but I am not religious at all. And I don't even know whether I actually believe in God or not. I'm agnostic in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
I neither believe or disbelieve, but I've always had
You're
that.
going to hell.
Yeah, exactly. I've always had that mentality with religion, which naturally translated to the paranormal once I started doing it after a number of years. I mean, at first I was excited. It was something new. I was like all gung ho about it. But with time, I sort of have the same mindset with the paranormal as I do about religion. I don't believe or disbelieve. I do believe that there are things that happen that we cannot explain. Whether that's actually paranormal in the traditional sense of the word paranormal, that remains to be seen.
I agree, Neil. There's nothing like that, and well, I agree with what you say too.
Yeah.
Alex. But yeah, I agree with Neil. I mean, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like I always harken back to, back when we had first kind of met the Shadows Project.
Yeah.
And when they were doing that old farmhouse. Remember that old farmhouse?
Yep.
And I remember, like I said, listening, because they had a podcast, and they would record everything, and like I said, I remember listening to the first time they went to that farm. Well, one of the first times they went to that farmhouse, and listening to the audio of them walking up to the house, and literally gave you chills, because you could hear the coyotes in the back, and you hear the crickets, and you just hear it just wow, you visualize, because it was just audio. You visualize that area and how creepy it is, just because you can't see it. I mean, I just heard it. And then inside the house, walking up the stairs, the creaks and the cracks, and the what was that? It lures you in, and that's what the paranormal does. The paranormal lures you in, and it's ultimately up to you how you perceive it and how you run with it. I mean, do you want to be responsible and try to explain it, or do you want to just run with it and say, "Fuck yeah, everything's paranormal"? Right?
Yeah.
That's ultimately up to you, individually. And my whole thing doing this was wanting to know exactly what it was. And I think through experience, I have understood a lot of what it is because of that experience. Not saying I know everything. I don't know everything, because nobody does. I am a student. I've learned, and I'm continuously learning. And I continuously love to do this, but it's different now.
Much
It
different.
really it is really different now, right? And I think there are a lot of people who spend a lifetime writing about the paranormal, talking about the paranormal, investigating the paranormal. And it's really neat to see people stick with it, because I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of people in this field that have come and gone.
Yeah.
Because they have found out that a lot of this is just bullshit. And a lot of it. I'm not saying all of it. I'm saying a lot of it. Sitting in those investigations, or pseudo investigations, if you will, whatever, and nothing happens. Like, what's the point? What's the point of just sitting here and doing nothing for hours? And that's what it is. A lot of it. Right? And there's a lot of hours that you put in that nothing happens. Absolutely zero, zilch. But that's not to say that there isn't things that do happen. And it's those things that do happen that make you wonder and try to explain what those things are. I mean, I have a lot of stuff. Like I've said, I've had a lot of experiences that I can't explain to this day, that science can't explain, that keeps me wondering about this, world that we call the paranormal. Holy shit, man. How did we get into this again?
I don't know. Well, we have a question. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just I'm assuming have you had an MIB interview? I'm assuming that's what they're trying to say. No, at least not that we were aware of. We may have had someone on the show in the past that might be a Man in Black, but they didn't disclose it to us. But we didn't knowingly have an interview with a Man in Black.
We've had people on here that you'd go, what the hell?
Yeah. Definitely.
Although I don't know if I mean we can kind of top, the classic coast to coast with a Area 51 employee called in with Ricky.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that's yeah. That's a unique story.
As a news, yeah, women in black, yeah.
Yeah.
Women, men. Do you remember
little people?
Little people. Do you remember? It's funny how we're bringing this out now. A lot of the past on the show, but do you remember? Do you remember that guy that called in a couple times? And he was quite literally our JC. Do you remember he was saying that if we continue to talk about this stuff, we would go to hell?
Yeah, I vaguely remember
Vaguely
that. Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
He called in a couple times. we need a caller like that right now. Come on. You're on StreamYard. Well, they can't get in here anyway. So
that's right. Is there a real Fox Mulder out there? That would be an interview. Yeah, that definitely would be.
That would be. And there are people. Like I said, the files are the X files are based upon legit.
Here's the problem, Neil.
Project Blue Book.
Here's the problem, Neil. Anybody who is legitimately like a Fox Mulder type of person would never come on a show like this or any show and talk about any of that stuff.
We're not big enough.
It's not even just a question of they're not big enough.
I know.
All of them sign massive NDAs.
Yeah.
They cannot. And anybody who goes on any show, ours or anybody else's, who claims to be, I work at Area 51 or I did this, they're more than likely full of shit. Right? That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But all this being said, I still think, there's a lot of stuff that happens out there that is just completely unexplainable. Completely. There's a lot of stories, a lot of experiences out there. And this is what we kind of base this show on in the beginning and later on, obviously, is trying to find those stories that make you go, wow, okay, what the hell? And more and more it's gotten harder because of how things are so much more out in the open now with the internet and AI and CGI and blah 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 and blah blah blah, right? I mean, it's really tough to find that really cool story, that story that would go, and we've had a few, but I mean, obviously one of the most incredible stories to me, if it's true,
the Bubble Boy
is Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
As crazy as that is, that is just insane. And those photos are legit. It's crazy. I mean, Alex, what would you do if something like that happened to you? I mean, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Exactly. I don't even know where to go, to be honest with you. I mean, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, if I was just some regular guy who wasn't involved in the paranormal, and something like that happened to me, I actually don't even know where I would turn to.
That's the
Or
thing.
would I even bother? Or I'd probably just say, just file it away.
I
Didn't
mean,
happen.
the only reason why the only reason why he reached out to us, to me, was because of somebody who was in the group they were friends.
Right.
And this is what happens quite often. I mean, there are people in your family or extended family or friends of the family or whatever. They tell you this story and you're like, holy fuck, why did you never tell me this before?
Yeah.
You know, that is incredible.
So the only thing that I question about that whole thing,
Yeah.
and this is me being, devil's advocate
Cynical.
again. Huh?
Cynical.
Cynical. Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah.
If he wasn't looking for fame, he would have continued on with this story with us. The fact that he decided to go to an actual radio station to spill the beans makes me wonder. Considering when he was talking to us, he was very hesitant to even allow us to go.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know if he actually went to the station so much where, and there's no proof of that. The only thing is somehow they got a hold of the story.
Yeah, but he would have had to relate the story. I mean, aside from relating it to us.
And that's what I mean. But
Right?
there was no mention of him, or there was no mention of he wasn't on the show to talk about it. They just relayed the story. So
or maybe they heard it from us.
Maybe they heard it from us. Maybe they heard it. Maybe he eventually did. Maybe.
So he didn't go on the show.
No, he wasn't on the show. No.
Okay.
No, he wasn't on the show. The story was mentioned on the radio network, and that's as far as that went. Now, I don't know how they got a hold of that story. And that kind of makes me wonder, maybe they did hear our story. Maybe somebody heard our story. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But it wasn't a stream, though. That's the thing, Tom. This was just on the radio network at the time.
This was back when we were just on New Visions. I think it was New Visions Radio at the time still.
No.
Oh, it wasn't even New Visions? Blog Talk?
No, I think it was before. Yeah, it was Blog Talk.
Oh, wow. That long
I think
ago.
it was before New Visions. Yeah, before we had jumped ship. Yeah. So I don't know. Because I know there are people, in radio, obviously, that look for stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And they scour the internet, they scour social media, blah, 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 blah. And hey, this sounds really cool. Because we weren't able to show the photos, because it was live radio. That sounded fantastic. And maybe because I know I did not post the photos online in a public setting. I never did that. But for some odd reason, this is what I mean. The photos got out. Some of the photos got out. I don't know who or how. And that's what made me wonder. That's what I just don't know. YouTube's got a wealth of stories. YouTube has a wealth of them. But like I said, that was probably that's definitely up there in terms of one of the highest strangeness stories that I've dealt with.
That was definitely unique. Yeah.
Very unique. And that's what I mean. Trying to find those unique stories. I mean, there are some people that do a great job. And finding them, they're tough. But the thing is that story believable? Is it believable? Is the person who found it relaying it or narrating it to the point of just sharing it with you.
Yeah. Well, I guess it boils down to what we want to achieve personally. Like you and I know like for you and I know we want to try to relate as stories that are what we think are as authentic as possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also the other route which you can take where you're just like, okay, as long as you make the disclaimer at the beginning of the show saying, hey, you know what, these are user submitted stories. They may or may not be real. It's up to you to decide, and you just relate as they come in, regardless of your beliefs about the story, right? So I guess it boils down to where we want to go ahead with the show and where we've headed up until now, where we want to go in the future. Do we want to be the type of people like you see on YouTube all the time that just say, here's a whole bunch of stories that people submitted to us, you decide basically whether you believe it or not, and you just
it's
relate
up to
them
you.
regardless.
Up to you how you perceive it.
Right. Or do we just try to stick with the ones that we think personally have more merit because of the discernment that you and I have built up over the years doing this sort of stuff, right? I saw a guy turn into a giant burrito. True facts. Yeah, exactly. Online. See all kinds of that stuff.
Terry missed the burrito eating contest.
That's right. You missed it. You're gonna have to go back and see it at the once the show's done, Terry.
Watch those, Terry.
Towards the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed.
No. But yeah, it's the paranormal, and quite literally, as much as we all get into that position where it's like, do I continue to do this? Do it? What's the point? It's not the same anymore. And I mean, then I sit there and go, well, I'm no better than those other guys that say fuck this shit. Screw it. What's the point, right?
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's a continuous learning experience, regardless of understanding a lot of what has happened in the paranormal. What a lot of people will consider paranormal, and you're like, no, it's not paranormal. Come on, stop saying it is. Be responsible, and give the facts as they should, not as you want them. And that's the way people are. And social media and YouTube and everything else, blah blah blah.
Well, people love drama.
Entertainment drama. Yeah.
People love drama, right? And
yeah.
The majority of the people on social media understand that.
Yep.
Right. So I shouldn't say the majority, but a good chunk of the people on the social media understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, they've made a pretty good following for and money. Sure. A lot of people have made some decent money by doing exactly that, by just, pandering to all the drama. Clickbait, basically, right? And Frankie, star of the show.
Just for Terry. I know how much he misses.
Yes. There you go, Terry. Good old days.
Where's Terry?
The Woodlot burrito beast.
Yeah. The dark woodlot.
Yeah.
The dark woodlot. My best buddy. Wait a sec. Hold on a sec here. What? No. Where'd he go?
Did you lose him already?
No. Oh, where'd he go? Fuck, man.
Oh, there you go.
I ate Alex's burrito, Frankie.
Yeah. Yeah, the good old days. Live stream days.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah, we could add a third square below us with Frankie as the main character holding up those signs.
Yeah, we could, yeah. We could just put it in the background, take a picture of him.
There you go.
Take a picture of him and have a different sign each show. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, Men in Black, most likely as it's perceived by the paranormal, it's probably a logical explanation being, maybe there is a government sort of department that does look into strange happenings,
high strangeness,
and that's all that was, But of course, you have people saying, well, you look at the TV show Fringe.
Yeah.
Right? Remember Fringe? And then you got the bald guys. What were they called again?
Oh, fuck. I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember the name right now.
And the Observers.
Yeah, that's Observers.
The Observers. And much like the Men in Black, and they had the suits and they're all bald and pale and
Like
that yeah. And quite literally that's how a lot of people describe the Men in Black. These pale bald dudes with suits and hats and all in black.
Or women in black, for I admit.
Yeah, women
the
in
Watchers, black. Yes, that too. I think they call them that too.
Watchers, yeah, Watchers. But there has to be a logical explanation. All in all, there has to be logic. If there is no logic, then we are really definitely in a shitstorm.
Yep.
Anyways, next Sunday night, part 3 of The Existence of Reality. James, Justin, and perhaps Matthew Williams of the Secret Vault, plus more. Sab, how are you? So until next Sunday night, bang. Thank you for popping in. Once again, hit that like button, smack it, whatever. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave a comment. And if you can donate, please. We're looking to reach I don't know, $400
whatever it is, whatever we get,
whatever to carry on for another year here on StreamYard. So whatever you guys can do to help out, thank you very much in advance. Once again, the PayPal is rondinia@rogers.com.
It's pinned to the top.
It's pinned to the top. Blah 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 blah. And once again, we thank you from the bottom of your hearts, obviously, to if you donate. Even if you don't, thank you just for the support, period. No, thank you, Sab, for hanging out. It's always good to see you, man. I hope everything's well. And I most likely will be in here tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon for afternoon haze. So if you're around, pop in for the afternoon haze. Probably around 12:30 for a couple hours anyways. All right. Until next weekend or until tomorrow, whatever. Take care. And thank you for watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio here live exclusively now on YouTube. We thank you all. Take care, everyone. Be well and stay strange.
Yeah.
Later.
Have a good night, everyone.